Hey guys, it's Maite. Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a really fun video for you guys because if you didn't already tell by the title, I'm going to be reviewing the Ivory Paper Co All-in-One Planner. Now, if you are obsessed with planners like I am and you are part of the planner community, or if you've ever typed in planner into your browser or on Facebook, you have seen this company because they have been absolutely everywhere in the past 2 years. I mean, their Facebook ads are on point. And I'm really excited to share with you guys my thoughts about this planner. She did send over this planner for me to review for you guys, and I'm going to go over everything you guys need to know about the all-in-one planner. So before I go any further, you guys know I talk all things home management, homemaking, and organization, which includes planners here on this channel. So if you like that stuff, if you want to see more planner content, more content surrounding how to get your ish together at home, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss a video from me. I have a ton of fun content coming your way for the holidays and in January for planning productivity. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. I will get into that in a separate video, but definitely stay tuned and hit that subscribe button. So the planner, like I mentioned, is the all-in-one planner. Now, what has been disrupting the planner community is that this is a weekly planner, a monthly planner, and a daily planner all in one. But what that means is that this is going to be a 6-month planner because obviously you are putting in a lot of spreads into one book and it would just be a lot of planner. So that is what has made this planner so infamous, is that you get all of those layouts in one. But the flip side of that is that it's only going to run 6 months of the year. So the planner that I have runs from January 2021 to the end of June 2021. So she did have a start date for the middle of October, for November, and January. So I'm not sure if you can still get the middle of October start date. Also note, between the processing and handling, I think it might be too late for that. So I think your only options are November start date or January. You can also pay extra for a 7 or 8 month extension. So the planner measures 7 inches across and 9.5 inches tall. That is the page height. The coil diameter is 1 3/8 inches, and it is wire binding. And the paper quality is 7-pound paper. I will be doing a mini pen test later on in the video. Just click on that in the chapters if you want to go straight to that. The cover I have in front of me is the natural linen luxe covers. Now these are going to be more expensive at $55 because the regular chipboard cover is $49. She has a ton of really fun, cute patterns on her website, but I went for the linen cover that's like wrapped around the chipboard. So that's going to be a little bit extra, and I think you can get these customized. So instead of saying Ivory Paper Co, you can get your name customized on the planner. All right, so let's jump inside the planner. So you have your cover page, the all-in-one planner. You have where it's supposed to put your name and the information of the company. You get 2 contact pages. So you have 4 contacts on each side. And then you have a password keeper. So you have 8 websites that you can store your passwords for. And then you have a reading wish list that she provides for you. So you have title, bought, reading, and done. This is just a simple little checklist at the beginning. I really like the idea of having a reading wish list. I've mentioned that in other planner videos of mine before. I think that's a nice touch to just remind us to keep on reading. Here is where it gets fun. So here is the weekly spread. So as you can see, it's a 3-box vertical weekly layout for the weekly page. We're going to get into it. So these boxes are not like the standard EC size boxes. They are a little bit bigger. So just for reference, this is how they stack up to a full-size classic Happy Planner sticker. So the boxes are a little bit bigger. They're not going to fit sticker kits perfectly, but I do believe that Alyssa makes them on her website to fit this planner. So if you want something that exactly fits this planner, I think she does make sticker sheets. But also, I have seen people plan in this planner with stickers, and it looks really good because they just like white out the middle of it. So if you're really into planning with stickers, this is what it's for. Okay, so you have Monday through Wednesday on this side of the spread, and then on the far left-hand column, you have a section for goals, 2 habit trackers, and a section for notes. And then on the other side of the spread, you do have another column here. So you have notes, gratitude, and a box for next week. And the weekends are also shared. So you have Saturday and Sunday, which share one column. We will get to that. And they are of equal size. So Saturday's not bigger than Sunday. They're both split in the middle. They just share one column. So these are the daily pages. And as you can see, you have the day of the week, the date over here at the top. Then you have what's due that day, gratitude, a long to-do list on one side, a place to track your water intake, a box for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a schedule that takes you from 6 in the morning to 10 o'clock at night. Note, these are not split by half hours. It's a line per hour. So you have that for each day of the week, except for Saturday and Sundays. Now, Saturdays and Sundays are shared as well on the daily pages like they are on the weekly pages. So that is something to note in this planner. So you still do get quite a bit of room. You have your gratitude section again, what's due for the weekend, a large to-do list. So all of this is the same hydrate. The difference is that instead of having a one long schedule, you have Saturday schedule, which is from 9 to 7, and Sunday schedule, which is from 9 to 7 as well. So that is split up as such. So here is your calendar page, and something to note is that the calendar spread did not come at the beginning of the planner. So where I started with that weekly planner was where the planner starts for January, and then in the middle of the week, so this is Thursday, in the middle of the week, it switches to the 1st of January. So it's either going to bother you or it's not going to bother you, like it is what it is. So these calendar spreads can come through the middle of the week. So that's just something to be aware of. So this calendar spread does have a Monday start date. And it's very simple. You have no holidays on this spread, no quotes, no guided anything on the sidebars. You just have one sidebar on the right-hand spread that is completely blank and left to fill out to your preferences. This is what the calendar spread looks like. And it's all very neutral, all hunky-dory. So that is the planner all the way until the end of the 6 months, up until you get to the very end. Then she provides you the rest of the calendars for the year. So July, August, September, October, November, December 2021. So you do have the option to forward plan for the year. So even though you're in a 6-month planner, if you have to write down something that's happening further along in the year, you can still have it in one book. So you can just transfer that to your other planner when you switch out. So before I go into my final thoughts about the planner, let me just do my little mini pen test. As always, my Paper Mate Ink Gel Joy pen in black and 2 mild liner type highlighters. One is a little bit more bold than the other. So the more orange highlighter is definitely showing up a little bit more than the blue. The pen is showing up a little bit as well, but it's really not that bad at all. Now that I have the paper completely flat, you definitely can see some ghosting, but it's not bad. It's not bleeding. I wouldn't recommend putting super heavy duty like art supplies on this paper because it's 70-pound paper. I just don't think it'll hold up, but it's bright white and it is soft to the touch. So before I go into my thoughts about the layout and what I think about the overall planner, let me just talk about my thoughts on the build quality of this planner. One thing to note when buying this is that this is quite hard to turn at first. Now that I've had this planner for a little bit and I've been playing with it, it has definitely gotten a lot easier to turn. But when I got the planner, it was near impossible to turn with ease. So that is just one thing to note. Now that I'm flipping through it, constantly before I did this review. It is getting a little bit better to turn, but just note that at the beginning it was very hard to turn. That is par for the course with wire binding. However, I do think that wire binding in general is getting better and a little bit higher quality. So I don't think that all wire binding is the same. The other thing to note is that I don't know if you guys noticed, but there are absolutely 0 tabs in this planner. A planner with this many layouts where the monthly calendar interrupts the weeks depending on where the calendar falls. Tabs would have been an absolute necessity, at least maybe selling tabs separately or as an add-on into the planner. I know that would have affected the price, but when you get a bound planner, one thing that separates it from, getting a planner and printing it out yourself is a planner that has tabs, a planner that you can find your way in the planner. All right, let's get into my thoughts about the weekly layout. So I love how neutral it is. I think that's great. A lot of people are really going to appreciate that you can just kind of go to town and do whatever you want to do with this planner, especially with a vertical box layout. I know that's a super popular layout and she kind of made it her own. However, I think that combining Saturday and Sundays in a planner this big, 7 inches by 9.5 inches are the page sizes, just as a reminder. Having Saturday and Sunday separate would have been great because if you see, you have a note section here and a note section on the other side of the planner as well. And like I mentioned in my last planner video that I will link up in the cards, I understand that it's different, but it can come off as redundant because even though technically this would be notes for the next week, I feel like in general it would be preferred to have Saturday and Sunday separate and sacrifice this column as well. Again, that is just complete personal preference. And of course, there is a daily layout where you can go further into your weekends, but your weekends are also shared. So just flipping to a weekend daily page, you do have quite a bit of space for your Saturday and Sunday schedule, as I mentioned earlier. However, if you're already getting a planner with a 3-in-1 layout system, you're going to want one of those 2 weekly layouts probably to have separate weekends. Again, that's just my opinion, but I'm thinking that's probably the general consensus. So if Saturday and Sunday on the weeks were combined, but the Saturday and Sunday on the dailies were combined, I could kind of see being that more of a balance. But if that's not a deal breaker for you, then obviously carry on because I do really like the planner. Making the daily spreads with separate weekends would obviously add more bulk to the planner, but I actually did this math and counted out how many pages were in the front and in the back, and not to bore the absolute heck out of you guys. But if you would have taken out these forward planning pages and the pages at the front that I know not a ton of us use, which is the contacts and the website and the passwords pages, that the separate days could have fit, I think, with like 5 extra pages, something like that. Again, I'm not going to bore you guys with that math. And obviously, if you separate the weekends on the weekly page, you wouldn't be adding any bulk to the planner at all because it would just be moving columns on the page that already exists. So that's just some food for thought. I'm actually going to throw up a poll in the cards as to what you guys prefer, separate weekends, combined weekends, or it's not a deal breaker for you guys at all, because I think it's something interesting for planner companies to see. And I'm also really personally interested to know what you guys think, because I have my own planning system. Obviously, I don't know, I just think it would be like a good poll to put up since it is planner launch season, and I just kind of want to gauge where everybody is on that. One more thing to note in the specific planner that I have, which is a January 2021 start date, is that the planner just ends in the middle of the week. You do get the full week on the weekly page, so June 28th to Sunday the 4th, but it just ends on the daily pages on Wednesday, June 30th, because obviously that's the last day of June, but I just wish she would have given you the rest of the week. So I double checked to see if that was the same thing in the academic start planner, and that wasn't the case. That planner did finish out the week. So I am really curious to know why this planner ends in the middle of the week and that one didn't. Again, I just wanted to point that out to you guys and give you guys a heads up, so when you get to the end of the planner, you're not like, so where are the missing days of the week? So do I think this planner is worth it? Who is it for? Is this a really hyped planner? Etc., etc. I'm going to give you guys my overall thoughts. I really do like this planner. I do think that if you are in the market for something that has a vertical box layout that you're absolutely married to, and you want to have a daily layout as well, and you just kind of want to stick to one planner and not multiple planners, this is definitely an option for you. I love how neutral it is. I think it's really playful as well. I think the font is playful. The boxes are playful. Like if you're into this design, you're gonna love this planner. I think the price is fair for what you're getting. If you were to have 2 of these, just note that you would have to spend over $100 plus tax and shipping. However, if you wanted this amount of layouts in general at other companies, it would probably cost you quite a bit more to get a daily, weekly layout that will cover you for the entire year. You would have to buy the separate planners, etc., etc., etc. So it might look pricey at first, but if this is something that you're actually serious about doing, it will actually cost you less money to probably go this route. I really can't wait to see what she does with this concept of the all-in-one planner. Again, this launched at the end of 2018 for 2019. So we have so much more to see from Ivory Paper Co. and their brand. They also have undated planners. They have, I think, just weekly planners as well that you can check out on their site. I will leave all of that below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. So if you're not interested in the all-in-one planner, but you love the overall design, there are other options for you. And I love seeing stuff that's different and not the same old. You guys know how I feel about that. I love reviewing planners that are different. I love supporting companies that are doing different things, and it's not the same old and it's not the same brands constantly all the time. So I really do support this brand. I think it's a great concept. I think a lot of you guys are really going to enjoy this as a main planner as well. So I'm really happy that I was able to review it for you guys today. So those are my thoughts on the Ivory Paper Co. planner. Definitely check it out for yourselves. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this video as much as I like sharing it with you guys, definitely give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your way out. And as always, I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.